Now after purification of the organic compounds, the step second taken is estimation detection of elements. Okay, that the organic compound contain which all elements. That is taken under heading qualitative analysis. We are studying here, or we will study here, detection of different elements or test of different elements. For the identification of different elements, we will take the chemical test. From the chemical test, elements can be confirmed. So first can be taken test of carbon and hydrogen. It is done by same experiment. It is done in same experiment. Now what happens for testing of carbon and hydrogen in same experiment? That the organic compound is heated with copper oxides. The organic compound is heated with copper oxide. In the compound we have carbon. On heating with copper oxide will convert to CO2 and copper metal. Balance कर लेंगे इसमें. And if we have compound have hydrogen, so hydrogen organic compound will have definitely C and H. Most commonly they will have these two elements always. So then this hydrogen on combustion reaction with copper oxide, it can give H2O. H2O obtained in vapor phase, or first obtained in vapor phase on heating, plus copper. Then as per reaction taken here, in the organic compound we have carbon, that becomes CO2, hydrogen become water, and then CO2 gas turns lime water milky. CO2 gas turns lime water milky, whereas water vapor or water obtained in the reaction absorbed by copper sulfate solution, that become blue color. Let us see the reaction wise. What is lime water? Solution of calcium hydroxide. Reaction is CO2 gas. It form white precipitate of calcium carbonate. It form white PPT of calcium carbonate. So that given solution milkiness. Second reaction taken of water vapor. Water will be absorbed, will convert anhydrous copper sulfate to blue. When you take anhydrous copper sulfate, it is having white color without water of crystallization. It is white. It absorbs water vapor or water molecules. It forms hydrated copper sulfate solid. It have blue color. The formation of copper sulfate pentahydrate is blue color, will indicate the presence of water. The water vapor can be condensed and absorbed, but first condensed and absorbed by anhydrous copper sulfate without water of crystallization. It is white in color. When absorb moisture, water, it will form hydrated copper sulfate, which will be having blue color. So this is the test of carbon and hydrogen in same experiment. Okay. Now let us take the test of other elements. Now other elements are difficult to test by direct approach, because in the other elements, like we can have halogens, we can have sulfur, we can have nitrogen. They are present in the covalent form. So in the covalent form, it is difficult to test them directly. So we convert them to some salts in which the testing can be done of these elements. So the common approach taken is Lassane's method for the testing of your element taken sulfur, nitrogen and halogens. Okay, let's take the next approach for the remaining elements. Now we take detection of other elements. We take like elements taken nitrogen, sulfur, halogens. In the organic compounds, they are present in the covalent form. So it is difficult to test them directly. So what is done here? We convert them to ionic form. We convert the covalent compound to ionic form by fusing with the sodium metal, and this method is called as Lassane's method. For testing of nitrogen, sulfur, halogens, we are using method called as Lassane's method, where we convert the element from covalent to ionic form by fusion with the sodium metal. What is approach taken here? If we take approach, we take a small tube called as ignition tube. It is small tube taken called as ignition tube. In this ignition tube, we take a piece of sodium metal. We put a piece of sodium metal and then heat slightly. Heat gently. On heating sodium metal gently, it melt to form sodium metal. It melt to form sodium metal. On heating sodium metal, just sodium is highly reactive metal, so we heat carefully. Like we take on the flame, heat slightly, then taking out, again heating. So we are heating sodium metal just slightly to melt sodium, and then in the same test tube we add a pinch of organic substance. Then we add some organic substance or compound, the testing of which has to be done here, and then heat to red hot. Heat to red hot. Entire mass will be heated to red hot conditions, and then the entire this tube containing sodium metal and organic compound is plugged into a solution, into water, taken in china dish. This tube is plugged into china dish. It is taken china dish containing 10 to 15 ml water. When this tube is put in put in the water in china dish, this tube breaks up. If the tube does not break, you break the tube. The tube is not breaking, you can break the tube yourself. You have to break the tube yourself, and after the tube is broken in the mixture water solution, and then heat to boil and filter. Heat to boil and filter. The filtrate obtained here, this filtrate is called as filtrate. This filtrate is called as sodium extract. Sodium extract or Lassane's extract. It is called as sodium extract or Lassane's extract. That they give filtrate which is called as sodium extract or Lassane's extract. I hope it is clear to you कि पहले आपका एक ट्यूब होता है, small tube around 5 centimeter long. In that tube we put a small piece of sodium metal, heat gently to melt sodium. Sodium will melt, then add organic substance, and now heat to red hot. And then when it is heated to red hot, this tube is put or plugged into a china dish which is containing 10 to 15 ml water. This tube will break automatically. In some cases, if the tube does not break, then the tube you have to break. You break the tube and mix the content thoroughly. After mixing the content, heat to boil for some time and then filter. On filtration, that we get filtrate. Filtrate is called as sodium extract or Lassane's extract. Why? Because in this filtrate, there are different elements which were in the covalent form, they will convert to ionic form. What reactions will be there? Let us see the reactions. What reactions can be there? Like we can have reactions where we have sodium, nitrogen, sulfur, halogens, they convert to ionic form. कैसे होता है? If we take organic compounds there, definitely we have carbon. If you have nitrogen, then they form sodium cyanide. If the compound have sulfur, on heating, it will convert to sodium sulfide. If the compound contain halogens, then halogens will convert to sodium halides. If we have suppose both elements nitrogen and sulfur, then they convert to sodium thiocyanide. If suppose solution the compound contain both elements nitrogen and sulfur, then it convert to sodium thiocyanide. So the solution taken, or we have sodium extract. That sodium extract will contain these ionic forms of the salts. In the sodium extract, because we have solution which contain the ions in sodium salt form, so it is for that reason called sodium extract, or I can write in short SE, sodium extract, or it can be called as also Lassane's extract. Lassane's extract. In this method, we cannot take sodium, we cannot take potassium or lithium. The reason what? कि lithium is less reactive. Moreover, its compounds are mostly covalent. It forms compounds having more covalent character. Compounds having covalent character, whereas potassium is highly reactive, difficult to handle. That potassium is highly reactive and is difficult to handle potassium. For this reason, we don't take here lithium or potassium. In this method, we take sodium because it is compounds are first of all ionic in nature, and second reason, it is less reactive compared to other alkali metals, even though more reactive compared to lithium. So handling to be done properly of this method of sodium metal. Now next can be taken here how the testing done of different methods and different elements. We will take our test for each element separately. Now we take testing of each element separately. कैसे करेंगे? Let us see. देखिए पहले हमारा क्या हुआ कि सोडियम एक्सट्रैक्ट आपका बन जाएगा. Now the testing will be done using solution of sodium extract or filtrate, which is also called as Lasine's extract. Now in this case, first we can take test of nitrogen. In this testing of nitrogen, what is done here? We take sodium extract. In that we add freshly prepared solution of ferrous sulfate. Then warm a little and cool. The solution क्या देगा इसमें? Formation of intense green solution, blue solution, normally called as Prussian blue. Conforms nitrogen. We take solution of sodium extract. In that we add freshly prepared solution of ferrous sulfate, warm a little for some time and then cool. Formation of intense blue solution, that is called as Prussian blue formation, will confirm the element nitrogen. What are the chemical reactions involved here? Compound have nitrogen means C is there, so C plus N, both elements, they form sodium cyanide first, and then reaction of sodium cyanide solution with ferrous sulfate solution 6NaCN, they will form sodium ferrocyanide Na4 FeCN6. This is formation of sodium ferrocyanide, common name. Iron is in +2 state. It is complex formation reaction, and then after this complex formation reaction, we can take reaction of Na4 FeCN6 with ferric ions. Ferric ions come from where? They come from oxidation of ferrous ion during heating or warming. During warming the solution, some ferrous ions oxidize to ferric ions, and then that the balance reaction Fe, it is 4, so we can take 3, 4, Fe4 FeCN6 plus 12 sodium ions. This compound is called as Prussian blue. Iron taken outside is +3 state, inside is +2 state. This is called as ferri. Outside आपको बाहर ferric state में ferri, ferrocyanide, or it is called as Prussian blue. So formation of Prussian blue will confirm the element nitrogen. I hope you got the meaning. Is we have organic compound. इसमें ध्यान रखना, organic compound they should have carbon, nitrogen, both elements. अगर compound में carbon नहीं है, they will not form sodium cyanide, and then Prussian blue will not appear. एक बार क्वेश्चन आपका था ध्यान के अंदर है कि compound with the hydrazine can give this form, can hydrogen NH2NH2? Can hydrogen form Prussian blue? No. It have nitrogen, definitely fine, no problem, but it doesn't have carbon. To form Prussian blue, the organic compound must contain carbon and nitrogen, both elements. I hope it is clear, the test of nitrogen. Now, next test can be taken for nitrogen. One more test taken called sodium, soda S test here, or let us say for nitrogen, one more test is there. We can use that also. For testing of nitrogen, we take one more test called soda lime test. इसमें क्या होता है? We take the organic compound, we take a organic compound in the test tube and then add soda lime. What is soda lime? Mixture of sodium hydroxide plus calcium oxide is called soda lime. तो क्या हुआ इसमें? A pinch of organic compound is strongly heated in a dry test tube with soda lime, NaOH plus calcium oxide, ammonium salt or compound of ammonium salts. They will evolve in the reaction ammonia. A typical smell. क्या लिखा है? A smell of ammonia indicates the presence of nitrogen. Example taken like amides especially, which can decompose. So like urea is one compound. On heating with soda lime in NaOH and calcium oxide, it gives ammonia smell. Smell of ammonia is evolved here. Plus they form sodium carbonate. In this reaction, ammonia will be evolved. Now we can have several compounds. Which do not give this test. So for this test, what is limitation? You can note down, लिख लीजिए. A large number of organic compounds like amines, nitro compounds, diazo compounds do not give this test. That is limitation for this test of nitrogen soda lime test. The first test is used very commonly. That is called as formation of Prussian blue. Okay. Now next testing can be taken for the sulfur. We take next test of element sulfur. In the testing of sulfur, what is done here? We take solution of sodium extract. In that solution of sodium extract, we first acidified by addition of acetic acid. Plus, we are adding then here solution of lead acetate. Lead acetate, they form black PPT. In solution of sodium extract, we are adding acetic acid plus lead acetate. They form black PPT. This formation of black PPT in solution indicates the presence of sulfide ions. What is reaction involved here? In sodium extract, means we have sodium plus sulfur. They will form sodium sulfide. So in sodium sulfide, when reaction occur with lead acetate, in the presence of acetic acid, this CH3COH acetic acid, they form PBS. They form PBS, black PPT. Form PBS, black PPT plus sodium acetate. So the formation of black PPT, PBS indicate the element sulfur. That is one test. We can have again one more test here. That is second test is called sodium nitroprusside test. The second test is called sodium nitroprusside test. इसमें क्या होता है? We again take similar test. We take sodium extract that contains sodium sulfide. We are adding this compound called sodium nitroprusside. What is this formula? Na2FeCN5NO. This compound is called sodium nitroprusside. इसका नाम होता है sodium nitroprusside. When the reaction take place, they will form a violet color complex. Na4 FeCN5 NOS. They will form violet color complex. The test is called sodium nitroprusside test, where we take Na2S plus Na2FeCN5NO. This is compound name is called sodium nitroprusside. This will form violet color complex Na4 FeCN5NOS. If you take this complex about hybridization geometry, it is D2sp3 hybridized, iron is in +2 state, NO is present as nitrosodium minus ligand. This complex is found to be diamagnetic. It is a diamagnetic complex. We will discuss about geometry detail in chapter class 12 coordination compounds. Okay, that is testing of sulfur. Now in this case, if the compound contain both elements, it have nitrogen and sulfur both, then the testing become difficult. If the compound have both elements, nitrogen and sulfur, then solution does not form free Cn negative ion, and therefore solution doesn't form Prussian blue. इसको लिख लेते हैं, पॉइंट को लिखा पूरा ये. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. In case you can take here both elements nitrogen and sulfur are present, then there is no formation of Prussian blue. There is no formation of Prussian blue, as there are no free Cn negative ions, because what will happen, Na plus C plus N plus S, what they will form, NaCNS or sodium thiocyanate. In this case what happens, if we add in solution this CSCN negative ions only, so they are reacting with solution of ferric chloride or ferric ions, they can form blood red solution of ferric thiocyanate. But solution does not have free Cn negative ions, so solution does not form in this case Prussian blue. You can no formation of Prussian blue if the organic compound have both elements. However, if sodium is in excess, then what happens? Then they form no formation of red solution, blood red solution, but it gives Prussian blue, because if I take sodium excess, this compound sodium thiocyanate, it decompose, NaSCN, it decompose to form Na2S plus NaCN, sodium cyanide back. So if I take sodium excess, then solution of free Cn negative ion again, but this compound dissociate, decompose. So now solution does not have SCN negative ion to form blood red solution, but now solution can have free Cn negative ions. Due to availability of free Cn negative ions, now solution can form Prussian blue. Okay, that is testing of sulfur. Now next can we take test of halogens. Now next we take test of halogens. In halogens we take testing done commonly of chlorine, fluorine, bromine. Chlorine, bromine and iodine. Now what is done here? We take here sodium extract. First add HNO3 and boil. First add HNO3 and boil, and then add solution of silver nitrate. PPT will form, indicate the halogens. Like we take first test of Cl negative ion. Suppose solution of sodium extract, it may have NaCl, NaBr or NaI. So what will happen on reaction with AgNO3? They will form AgCl, white PPT, plus NaNO3. This white PPT is soluble in aqueous ammonia. If I take NaBr on addition of solution of AgNO3, they will form AgBr plus byproduct of same NaNO3 in all the cases. This AgBr obtained is here having pale yellow PPT को सारे बनेंगे इसमें, plus this AgBr is partially soluble in aqueous ammonia, and NaI on treating the solution of AgNO3, it will give AgI plus NaNO3. This AgI will form deep yellow PPT, insoluble in aqueous ammonia. The reason for solubility can be taken covalent character, that AgCl, AgBr, AgI all have common cation Ag plus, but different anions, Cl negative, Br negative and I negative ions. From Cl to Br to I negative, and what happen? The size of the anion increases. Cl, Br, I size of anion increases. When for the anion size increases, they will become more polarizable. If they are more polarizable, then the compound will develop more covalent character. The reason for solubility is covalent character. AgCl is more ionic, and AgCl to AgBr to AgI, what happen? Covalent character increases. When the compound have more covalent character, the solubility decrease. In solution, polar solvent like aqueous ammonia, the solubility will decrease accordingly. I hope it is clear. Now, that the second part of test. Okay, first we are boiling with HNO3, then we are adding AgNO3. So then the reactions are there of different halides, they form the PPT. What is the role of HNO3 here? Let us see the role of HNO3 first. In this case, what is the role of HNO3? It is to decompose sodium cyanide and sodium sulfide, because if they are present, they can form PPT with solution of AgNO3. So they have to remove NaCN and Na2S. Sulfides or cyanide should be decomposed. Now what happens? How they decompose? Let's see reaction first. NaCN plus HNO3. On heating, what happens? They will form HCN, covalent compound volatile, plus NaNO3. If we have Na2S plus 2HNO3 will form H2S gas plus 2NaNO3. Their volatile compounds evaporate out, leaving out. If not removed, then what happens? If not removed, then what will happen? They also form PPT with solution of AgNO3 like NaCN plus AgNO3. They give AgCN, white PPT. If I take Na2S plus AgNO3, can give Ag2S plus 2 NaNO3. What is Ag2S? It is black PPT. It from Ag2S black PPT. That is, this way the reaction will take place. So I hope it is clear. The role of HNO3 here to decompose cyanides or sulfides, forming volatile compounds, evaporating out. If not removed, they interfere in the testing of the halogens by forming their own precipitate. Are you clear? Now next we take test of phosphorus. Now next we take test of phosphorus. आप लोग लिख लो इसको पूरा. The compound is heated with oxidizing agent like sodium peroxide. So what happen here? In this case, the phosphorus is oxidized to phosphate ions. The reaction involved is here 2 phosphorus plus 5 Na2O2 on heating if Na3PO4 plus Na2O. आगे लिखिए उसके बाद. The mixture is boiled with HNO3 solution, boiled with HNO3 and then treated with ammonium molybdate. Ammonium molybdate. It form yellow PPT. It form canary yellow PPT, which conforms phosphorus. What the reaction involved in second part? We take Na3PO4 on treating with HNO3. They first form H3PO4 plus 3NaNO3, and then this compound taken H3PO4 is treated with ammonium molybdate NH4 whole twice MOO4 plus HNO3 in same mixture only. They will form yellow PPT of ammonium phosphomolybdate NH4 whole thrice phosphate dot 12 MOO3 plus they will give 21 ammonium nitrate plus 12 H2O. This is balanced reaction here. For the formation of yellow PPT, this compound is given commonly called as canary yellow PPT of compound name ammonium phosphomolybdate. They form canary yellow PPT of compound called ammonium phosphomolybdate. That is the testing of the phosphorus. Testing of phosphorus. Now some precautions you can note in the element qualitative analysis. क्या क्या है? ये आपका टेस्ट आपका हो गए. ये आपके सारे बेसिक टेस्ट हैं. कुछ एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट्स आपको दे रहा हूँ उसमें. From where sometime question have been given. तो उसको आप नोट कर लेंगे आगे और भी. Now next can be taken Lassen's test. One precaution can note down. Lassen's test for nitrogen is not given by diazo compounds because they decompose on heating. On heating slightly when they decompose and nitrogen gas escape out before it can react with sodium metal. So for this reason, Lassen's test for nitrogen not used. Already given you the point. For Lassen's test, we don't use lithium because lithium compounds are mostly covalent and it is difficult to test them. And second, potassium is not taken, or we don't take other metal because of very high reactivity. We cannot take potassium or remaining elements. अगला एक टेस्ट होता है बिल्सन्स टेस्ट. नॉर्मली क्या होता है कि बिल्सन्स टेस्ट इज यूज्ड फॉर हैलोजेंस प्रेजेंस और एब्सेंस. क्या होता है इसमें? वी टेक द ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड ऑन कॉपर वायर एंड हीट इट स्ट्रांगली ऑन द कॉपर वायर. सो ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड डिकम्पोज एंड दे फॉर्म वोलेटाइल cupric halides, and when they form volatile cupric halides they give green or bluish green flame due to formation of volatile cupric halides. But we have several compounds like urea, thiourea, pyridine, etc. which do not contain halogens but they also give Bilston's test because they form volatile cupric cyanide. Among the halogens, fluorides is not tested by this method because fluorides CuF2 is non-volatile because of greater ionic character. Being non-volatile, it doesn't give this test. Now, this test is positive means halogens may be present. But this test negative is a surety for halogens absence. So this test basically we are conducting for ascertaining the point that the compound does not have halogens. Because देखो ना, काफी compound ऐसे भी हैं जिसमें halogens नहीं है, फिर भी आपका टेस्ट मिलेगा. यूरिया है, थायोयूरिया है, pyridine है, because वो क्या बनाते हैं? Cupric cyanide, which is volatile, which also give green or bluish green flame. So that's the reason for this case. That Bilston's test is used for the ascertaining the fact that the organic compound does not have halogens. For that purpose more as compared to testing of halogen presence. Okay, so that is step second taken, qualitative analysis, where we have taken testing of different elements by converting them to the ionic forms. Then the third step is taken qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis. or estimation where we take percentage calculation of different elements. This percentage calculation of different elements can be a part or can be applications of mole concept. We are using basic mole concept applications or stoichiometry applications in third step quantitative estimation, where we take percentage calculation of different elements. And in exams, your almost all examination, JEE Main, Advanced, NEET, AIMS, whatever you can take, almost all entrance you get calculation based questions more commonly. Okay, so let us take the test. That is third step taken, percentage calculation of elements, and the step is called quantitative estimation. ठीक है.